I will be prancing on the video. Absolutely knackered walking up that hill.
As you can see,
Oh my
car
God.
park's full. So we've had to park about 3 miles away
And walk
and
up the hill.
walk up the hill.
We still
What a hill.
can't swing round the castle. There's one more. It's smoking into the distance.
To the Palace Apartments.
Waiting for people to dance with the Queen.
So hunting, of course, is a pretty vicious activity. And in this picture, where he's crossing water, he's actually doing this. This is what animals do when they're really hunted, to try and cover up their smell, mask their scent from the tracking hounds. Now, it hasn't worked because hunters had actually planned ahead. They figured this is what the unicorn was going to do. We've got people waiting on the other side of the line. Trapped he's around. Even though he's bleeding.
Street and look at the palace. That's connected, so looking.
I think that must be really heavy.
This is serious.
God, it's lovely, but it's heavy. Zodiac signs on there. Wow, yeah. Got a pig's head.
Poor Bambi.
To show you now, like the unicorn, but you're right, yes. Lions, it's a lot more understandable because they've got their sharp claws and sharp teeth. but it is something you're seeing. I'm not sure if she mentioned as well, but when you see the animals displayed like this with their heads turned back over their shoulders, it tells you that this room belongs to a woman. They're looking out for danger from behind. If the animals are looking inwards towards the shield, it is for a man's chamber. So there's a lot you can tell even without understanding the actual coat of arms. Very complicated things, but potentially easier than learning to read and write.
Yeah. Go on, let the kids have a go then.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'll get used to that.
I should be sat next to you.
No. You can send me all the food down. That's great, that. Can I just let it Since 1500s.
That's one for her, Chris.
Yeah, made from leather and an inflated pig's bladder. It's on display at the Stirling Smith Museum.
How do they know it was for a football?
They outlawed the game due to its association with violence.
But there was a mighty battle being fought down there between a Scottish army on that side of the river and an English army on this side of the river. The reason that battle was being fought was because for a period of about 5 years leading up to it, the English king, Edward I, known to history as Edward Longshanks on account of his height, had positioned himself as first Scotland's overlord and then its direct ruler. Very unpopular, hence the Scottish army on that side of the river. They numbered somewhere in the region of 4,000 to 6,000 men. They were set up on the hill, the Abbey Craig, that's the one with the tower rising out of it, and they were led by two men, a man from the north of Scotland by the name of Andrew Murray, and a man from the west of Scotland by the name of Wallace of Elderslie. You may have heard of him, Sir William Wallace. Has anyone seen the film Braveheart? Oh, a cracking film. Very entertaining. It won many awards when it came out. I'm afraid none of them were for historical accuracy. But it is correct in its broad strokes. Sir William was a very important leader in the First Scottish War of Independence. And on this side of the river was a slightly larger English army that had been sent up here to put down the Scottish uprising. Also led by two men. John de Warenne, the 6th Earl of Surrey, King Edward's governor up here, and another gentleman by the name of Sir Hugh de Cressingham. And Sir Hugh was at that point in time the most unpopular man in Scotland, for he was King Edward's treasurer, responsible for collecting the English king's taxes. And they could not believe their luck. The English generals couldn't, and the Scots had stood to give battle. Up until this point they've not done that. So Sir Hugh loses no time at all in leading his force across Old Stirling Brig into that bend of the river where the rugby pitch is today. That's the rugby ground today for Stirling County, and that's where Sir Hugh was with a third of the English army when the Scots did something he was not expecting. They gave up their very strong defensive position on the hill on the Abbey Craig, and they took battle to the English right there in the bend of the river. What followed was an absolute rout. When the river forced to their rear and to their flanks, the English knights on that side could not manoeuvre, and they were cut down where they stood. They were killed on that side of the Forth, almost to a man, including Sir Hugh himself. In a rather gory detail, his body was recovered after the battle, and a strip of skin was flayed from his heel to his crown, and it was fashioned into a belt for Sir William Wallace to wear. A bit of poetic justice on the part of the Scots. They felt that as a taxman he tried to skin them for all they were worth, so they returned the favour. On this side of the river, the other English general, de Warenne, still has most of his army intact, but he sees the way the wind is blowing, and he orders the Stirling Brig be destroyed. And he goes south at some speed to inform his master, King Edward, of what's happened up here. And that is Sir William Wallace's great victory in the Scottish Wars of Independence. It's why, in the 1860s, they wanted to build a monument to Wallace. And they say, build it there, overlooking the site of its great triumph. That is the tower rising out of the hill. That is the National Wallace Monument. You can visit it today. They go into a good bit more detail about the battle than I've done. And you can even see Wallace's sword itself. So they say. Unfortunately for Sir William though, the very next year, he's facing another English army, this time 12 miles to our south. And when you follow me up the slope, we'll find out how that went for him. Please follow me.
Stone balls blocked by a trebuchet.
Yeah, I think we're going to walk all the way around, but no matter. Lazy ass wants to go the shortest route. Ah.
We do that again, come back.
Garden of Remembrance, the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders.
Princess Louise's. So is that because the Duke of Edinburgh is now Edward? Is that Princess Louise's daughter who's taken that?
Comment below.
Do I know?